Want to spook up your dollhouse this Halloween? Then you are in the right place. Hey friends, I'm Maggie and today we are making adorable miniature Halloween treats for your dollhouse. First things first, grab the free sheet from the description below. Open the PDF, hit File, Print and choose your paper size, A4 or US letter. Super important, set up the scale to 100% so your packages don't shrink down into teeny tiny ghost crumbs. Alright, here's our printed sheet. You need scissors, glue, a paintbrush and a bit of styrofoam from food packaging. Let's get crafting. Start by cutting out all the little packages. We've got lots of fun Halloween colors here. Green, orange and purple that instantly bring spooky magic to your dollhouse. All of these package designs are made by me and you'll notice there are no logos on them. That way you can freely use them in your projects. Even the ones you sell on Etsy or at craft markets. Next, let's get a piece of styrofoam packaging. From that, trim a thin strip and then cut off a small piece of the strip. Make sure it fits neatly inside the package, leaving just a little space on both sides, like this. You can even test wrap it before adding any glue. Now take all the packages that are the same size and measure out matching pieces from the long strip to fill them. This way everything stays nice and uniform. For the glue I'm using a scrap of leftover paper from the printed sheet. Just add a few drops of glue on it and we are ready to start assembling. Use a paintbrush to spread glue on the back of the packaging. Pop the tiny styrofoam piece inside, then wrap the paper around it and press the sides together so they stick. Look at that, it's so tiny and cute. If the edges don't line up perfectly, just trim off any extra white bits so everything looks nice and neat. Use the same method for the rest of the bars. Oh wait, there are some that are a little bit different. For those, place the styrofoam inside, fold the paper in half and press along the sides and the top so the whole logo stays visible. And there we go, all the candies are ready. You can pop them into Halloween gift bags or use them to decorate any spooky little scene. For a finishing touch, I like to brush on a thin coat of glue over the top. This makes them a little water resistant, more durable and gives them a glossy candy-like shine. In the next part of the tutorial, I'll show you how to crochet a tiny jack-o'-lantern. I'm using some orange amigurumi yarn and a 1.6mm hook. Let's get started. First, make a magic ring and work 6 single crochets into it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After you've made your 6 single crochets into the magic ring, gently pull the yarn tail to close it up and your ring is nice and tight. That's the end of round 1. Now let's move on to round 2. For round 2, we are going to make 6 increases. That means 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. So in the first stitch, 1 single crochet and another one in the same stitch. That's our first increase. We'll repeat this in the next stitch. Keep going like this until you've made an increase in each stitch, 6 times total. By the end, you should have 12 stitches in the round. To keep track, I like to place a piece of yarn in the last stitch of round 2 as a marker. That way I always know where the round ends. For round 3, the pattern is 1 single crochet, then 1 increase, and we'll repeat that 6 times. So in the first stitch I make 1 single crochet, in the next stitch I do 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Now just keep repeating this pattern, 1 single crochet, 2 in the next. Do this all the way around. For a total of 6 repeats. By the end of round 3 you should have 18 stitches. Round 3 is finished. Now we are going to start shaping the body of the pumpkin. For this part we'll be working in vertical rows and attaching them to round 3 with slip stitches as we go. Row 1, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Starting from the second chain from the hook, make a single crochet in the back loop only of each chain across. That gives us 6 single crochets in total. This is the front loop, this is the back loop, and just behind them is the third loop. We are going to slip stitch into that third loop, then slip stitch into the next third loop as well. In total, we slip stitch into the third loop of 2 stitches from round 3. Now chain 1 and turn. I actually forgot to chain 1 here, but you can add it. It helps keep the rows neat. Skipping over the 2 slip stitches in round 3, make 6 single crochets in the back loops of row 1. When you reach the top, chain 1, turn and single crochet in the back loop of each of the next 6 stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now slip stitch into the third loop of each of the next 2 stitches from round 3. Chain 1 and turn, skipping over those 2 slip stitches you just made in round 3. Single crochet in the back loop only of each of the next 6 stitches. For rows 5, 16, simply repeat the steps from rows 3 and 4 all the way around round 3. See this lovely little border forming at the bottom of the pumpkin. That's happening because we are working slip stitches into the third loops. When you are almost at the end, trim the tail from the magic ring so it's out of the way. Now chain 1 and work 6 single crochets down to the bottom. At this point, there's only 1 third loop left in round 3, so instead of making 2 slip stitches, we'll just make 1 slip stitch to attach. Next, let's work The final row back to the top, chain 1, turn, skip over that slip stitch you just made in round 3 and single crochet in the back loop only of each of the next 6 stitches. When you reach the end, finish off and leave a long tail. We'll use it later for sewing the pumpkin together. First, sew the two ends together to close up the body. Then pull the needle through the stitches up to the top of the pumpkin. Keep pulling through the top to gently make the opening smaller. Next, tie a small knot to secure everything and hide the thread inside so it looks neat and tidy. On this one, I've already added some extra details. I embroidered a cute little face with eyes and a mouth, and even attached a tiny handle. Isn't it adorable? And the best part, it's small but can still hold lots of Halloween candies for your dollhouse. For the handle, take some black amigurumi yarn and make a chain of 12 stitches. Okay, I think that's the perfect length. Now thread the needle and attach one end of the handle to the basket. I like to split the yarn into 2 parts and tie a small knot to secure it. Do the same on the other side of the handle so it's nice and sturdy. Alright, look at this, it already looks super cute. I can't wait to fill it with tiny Halloween treats to see the final effect. Next, let's give our pumpkin a little face using 2 strands of the same black yarn embroidered eyes in the mouth. When you're done, just make a knot on the inside and keep everything in place. And there we go, our little jack-o'-lantern basket is finished. Isn't it just the cutest? I can't wait to fill mine with tiny Halloween candies and decorate a spooky dollhouse scene. Let me know in the comments down below how are you going to decorate your dollhouse for Halloween. If you enjoyed this project, give the video a like and subscribe for more miniature tutorials. And if you'd love even more printables, wallpapers and tiny books, you can visit my Etsy shop, Little Maggie Shop. There are plenty of dollhouse goodies waiting for you. Happy Halloween and happy crafting! Bye!